What does it take to become the first ESL Pro League champion? Discipline. Passion. Skill. Witness the best teams in Europe battle it out in s.k.i.l.l Special Force 2.
Got skill? Got skill? You've got skill?
Tune in for the new s.k.i.l.l ESL Pro League.
Hello and welcome to the ESL Pro League Skill League. I'm Alex Machine Richardson and I'm going to be your caster for this evening, flying solo, and I've done this once before. You may remember me from, if I cast my mind back, way back when, I think it was in my first month of being here at ESL. Been here for a few more now, and they are just starting to knife. I think they're actually going to be knifing without me being able to jump into the game because I didn't click ready and I am an idiot. Other than that though, let me introduce what we are going to be bringing you throughout the evening. 2 games for you this time, and of course if you are new to it, it's going to be played in a best of 3 format, MR9. Game 1 will be Senpai up against Inflame. Now this is an interesting one, and let's just talk a little bit about how this one's going to shape up. Of course you have the veterans that are Senpai up against this newer presence of Inflame Gaming. There are some interesting presences on either side. I think we're going to actually start by talking a little bit about, let me just see if I can jump in. Okay, I'm actually ready. So we're not going to miss any more action, but I was just going to say a little bit about Senpai. So the roster for you: D-Man, Chivo, Deku, Joof, and Koa. And let's just talk a little bit about some of those individuals. Deku, I will never forget just seeing how capable he was with the scope. He is, of course, the primary scope for that team, and so we're going to be seeing him with that. And he's so precise, unbelievably so, with that weapon. Another one, D-Man, of course, having my very own D-Man in the office. It's always funny to be shouting that name out while casting, but either way, we'll be interesting to see how this one shapes up. And we are ready to jump on into game for our first knife round. So let's put that on your screens and see how this one is going to shape up. We have no game sound, and I'm going to change that for you right now. As actually, no, it looks like the knife has already gone down, and they're just going to be fighting it out. So, knife round aside, let's jump on straight in this one. We're going to on the left-hand side of your screens. Let me introduce to you Inflame, who are already starting to fall and fall fast as Demon just picked up 4 with the FAMAS. Potentially going to be finding that 5th as well. Redmerk is the last man standing, and I will run down that roster for you now, as I don't think Redmerk has too much of a chance for this one. It is going to be Engine, Redmerk, the aforementioned, and Tetrix, Grenfell, and Storm. For the other side, though, on the blue side, it is Team Senpai. Probably the most recognizable victory for them was, of course, prevailing in the All-Stars Cup, as well as the recent Go Forward. They were bested by Penta, a team we'll be seeing later on this evening. So, first round concluded as Koa does mop up that final frag. And that last man remaining, Redmerk, was previously on a team known you will probably recognize as Upside Down. So he's moved around. There has been some roster switches since I last saw this one transpire. And straight off the bat, we're going to see Deku draw blood, as does D-Man. These guys having no problems whatsoever. Elsewhere on the map, Deku holding strong to just catch a glimpse of someone. Not sure if it's going to be enough for him, though. Tetrix on the other side of things. Just Grenfell and him remain. And 5 to find. He is trying to make some sort of leeway towards that B site, and bullets starting being rattled off. Maybe Grenfell might be able to find a little more. He's lurking around, and you can see that time is going to be of the essence here. He's got plenty of time to work with, and he just spot one. Considering to peek through, and he's just going to play it perfectly. Not perfect enough, though, as Joof is going to be the man to pick up that final frag, and it's going to be a quick 2 on the board for Team Senpai. Let's start kick it off with this side now and see where they choose to push. Actually, Redmerk seems to be making the quickest push, and let's not forget just what happened just 2 rounds prior with D-Man picking up so many opening frags, 4 to be more specific. And that is beautiful. Redmerk draws onto Koabe. Engine was there to assist, though, as they continue their push, and it's going to be a big one. 3 on the board for Chivo. Just turns up and turns up big. Cost him a big chunk of his health, though. He's got very little to work with, but it does mean that the poor side of Inflame are going to have a little bit of a mountain to climb. Tetrix and Storm remain. It does have an AWP in it. Oh, I just called it an AWP. Oh, I knew it was going to happen once. Does have a sniper in his hand. He's going to be looking to do something with that. Gets the jump shot due. Foolish. Testing Storm's might, and might does shut him straight on down now. Tetrix, what's his plan here? He's got plenty of time to work with again. 1 minute 30 still on that clock. FAMAS in hand. Storm on the other side, just going to be holding the angles. These angles aren't going to be given to him just yet. That's now Tetrix stalking on the other side of things. Deku is just readying himself towards that A site. D-Man and Chivo there as well. They seem to be very convinced they're going to be coming that way, and that is such a scary stack from the defensive side. On the other side of things, though, Tetrix is going to finally catch a glimpse of one. It was D-Man, and it's Chivo who picks up another. This man is on a bit of a rampage. I think he's picked up, is it 4 so far this round? Yep. This could be the 5th. Storm onto 1. Both of them are actually pretty low. This is actually doable for Storm, as he's going to try and go for the 1v3. Nade doesn't quite go where he's supposed to, though, and now D-Man and Chivo to find. Bomb needs to go down and go down soon. 35 seconds still on the clock. He's holding the angle. That's beautiful. Chivo now down and all onto D-Man. He's got very little health, as does Storm, though. 25 seconds ticking away. Of course, the pressure is on Storm. He has to assault this site. D-Man on the other side of things is just holding the angle. He knows the push has to come out eventually. And 18 seconds. Time to sticking away, and that is the angle he needed to hold. Wasn't neat, wasn't tidy, but senpai secure the 3rd. This game can move so quickly, and you got to say already, you know, looking at the scoreboard, Engine and Grenfell yet to get off that starting marker, and Redmerk and Tetrix aren't too far behind. Storm's the only one to really be picking up too many frags so far. Let's jump on board with Redmerk, because he's the one who's made the most footing towards that initial site. He's going to be trying to hunt for a pick on A. Looks like Deku actually find the opener. I'm probably going to have to start sticking with these snipers a bit more. Slow and steady potentially wins this race. Of course, they have, 2 minutes to work with gives you so much time on a map this size as well. It does give them a whole lot of leeway to just get picks, rotate, and kind of get into the mind of the defensive side, as long as you don't go down early. And that's something that we have seen kind of be a bit of a problem in this one. But this is much better. This is aggression. Redmerk and Tetrix stroll on towards that A site. They're going to get the frags, as is Engine. And now where on earth is Deku, as that bomb is going to be going down, unless he has something to say about it. He doesn't, as Engine is going to pick up another for that round. And that's the first one now on the board for Inflame. Now, if you have just joined us and you are wondering what on earth is going on, welcome to the first day of the ESL S.k.i.l.l Pro League. We are going to be formatting this in MR9 best of 3. This is, of course, Rocket. We have Workshop and Satellite coming up after this. Storm opens up, but there's going to be 2 for him to find, as Juve was the only man to really respond. Grenfell was down and out, as we do see Deku pick up 1, make it 2 as the bodies start to drop, and Chivo is going to meet a similar fate. Now, where on earth is Koa? He's in a prime spot to do some damage. Not enough, though, as Storm is going to be let down to just half health. Bomb goes down, and now time is of the essence. This is the first plant for Inflame, and it's going to be a bit of an ultimate test for him. Another failed nade. He's going to be kicking himself as another nade is going to be thrown out. This time from the enemy side. 25 seconds. He needs to move fast. He wants a chance at this one, and that's not going to happen. Tetrix with another. And, you know, I highlighted a press tab. I said Tetrix and Engine need to get off the starting line. Or was it actually Grenfell? Oh, I'm going to eat my words. It was Grenfell who's still sit on 0. But Tetrix is going to be happy with his 4, as he has turned it up. Where is Deku when you need him? He's been holding pretty much the same angle every single round so far. And understandably so. It's just kind of pretty much one of the 2 routes in towards this site, and he looks at the other now. In the meantime, Chivo and D-Man going to be doing what they do best. FAMAS in hand for both. Oof, that nade's going to tickle him, and tickle him a bit more than he wanted. He's going to be brought down to a scrap of health as he's going to look to push through vents on the other side of things. Engine considering a push on that upper area towards the A site. Oh, I think he caught a foot. There was a slight glimpse, and Redmark's going to have been informed of that. It's coming in. Storm in the meantime has a neutralized demon. That may maybe suggest a bit of a rotate. We're talking about how easy it can be to rotate in this one. As you guys want a bit more in-game sound, and I can make that happen for you. There you go. Either way. s.k.i.l.l. being so cautious. I'm pretty sure the majority of the time we've actually seen him just sitting at the staircase. I haven't seen this man move too far, roam too far from the nest. And he doesn't need to at this point. Tetrix is taken relatively low. We'll see how that's affecting him. He does have his teammates by his side. That shouldn't be too costly. As now, 50 seconds. They have to start getting a bit of a wiggle on, and three members of the defensive side remain. It's going to be see how Senpai can defend. Deku from the back line is going to be picking up that one, and all of a sudden Deku's dropped into a 1v3 scenario courtesy of Redmark's frag. Flash avoided quite nicely. Nade's been thrown out. They know exactly where he is, and that just makes his job all the more difficult as the bomb goes down as well, putting a time limit on this high pressure situation. 35 seconds on that clock for him. As the hunt begins, and he's going to see his vision obscured, but that's not going to stop him going for the hunt. Storm shuts him down in true Inflame style. So, 3 for 3, level playing field, and it's nice to see that they managed to stabilize after that early stumble, and Inflame managing to keep it 3 for 3. Early smoke from D-Man, trying to keep things locked down. They are going to continue to fire out shots. Oh, I see. You guys don't have any in-game sound. That is the problem. Okay. How about now? No? Okay. I'm just going to continue to experiment with this because I would love for you guys to hear the explosions going on. No, not that either. Just one more attempt. Let me see. How about if I do this? We have in-game sound now. Oh, I'm pressing all the right buttons, I promise. Bingo was his name-o. I've solved the problem, and you can now hear some in-game sound. Happy to help. As now, Deku is going to be that last man. Once again, an all too familiar scenario for this bloke. And just 12 seconds ticking away. He's going to be once again caught between a rock and a hard place. And that rock is Storm as he picks up yet another frag. Look at that scoreboard now. 12 frags for the 4 deaths. He's at the top of the scoreboard, and he started pretty slow. Let's jump on board with him just to see what he's doing so right. As he's once again going aggressive to catch them out, and potentially will do. He knows Deku has been holding that angle, and it's going to be maybe just shoulder peeking it just a little bit. Let's have a look on the other side of things, though. Where is he? He is. Deku was looking just there. Smoke's going to throw out. That's going to make it a little bit more difficult for him to hold the angle, but he's going to find a way, or at least try to. As Chivo and Juve are going to go gathering as much information as they can. They're crawling out, and they're going to realize that there's a distinct lack of assaulting players here. Redmark finds them one, though. Chivo quick to respond. That's a good trade for the defensive side. Now the problem, though, Tetrix with the double. And Deku and D-Man, the double Ds. Going to try and do something. Let's have a little look at Deku. Oh, he's holding the perfect angle. Caught a glimpse of a head, but it wasn't going to connect, and now they're going to have to be backing away from that one as Senpai do once again commence that plant. 39 seconds, and woof, another bullet to the brain. This time it was Tetrix. And, I mean, from a 3-0 deficit to waking up and going 5-3, looking good for that first half for the boys in blue. Or the boys in blue now. Of course, Inflame swapping sides on this MR9.
Target located. Destroy the object.
See if Storm can start off as strong as he did. Let's not forget, though, the man who I will continue to highlight, and I think you need to realize why, is going to be Tetrix, because he's getting real impact frags. I saw him and Redmerk doing stuff, and I should have gone with Deku. I should have trusted my instinct that he was going to go for the opener, and he did do just that. And, you know, you'll have to forgive me for my observing. This is still all very new, as it is, as Juve once again goes down. Redmerk just seems to have no problem in these 1v1 scenarios. His team, however, are struggling this round. 4 players to find, and it's not going to happen. D-Man just shuts him down, puts that dream to bed, and we aren't going to be seeing the 4th now on the board for senpai. Now, where is Deku? I'd like to start with him. Are we seeing it? Where am I? There we go. Going to be seeing the other end of the spectrum. We saw pretty much this exact same angle from the other side of the site last time, and he's going to be doing that, just that, or now on the offensive side. Deku going for a run, going for a very nice nade. That may very well land in the pockets of Tetrix, and now he's backed away this time. So, level playing field thereabouts. Chivo a little worse for wear and health, but that won't necessarily be the determining factor, and that is a quick plan. And with 3 players left, it's going to be for the retake, and Grenthal and Storm probably not feeling too capable as they are stacked up. Very fancy skin on Grenthal, got to say that. An autumnal weapon, I think is a nice way to describe it. 24 seconds though, here they come. And let's see what kind of damage they can do. 20 seconds still ticking away. They need to start getting frags, and getting frags now if they want a chance at this one, as they know exactly where this player is on the site. Not going to happen. Deku and Koa just mop it up, and that's another individual you have kind of yet to highlight, and I think there's a reason for that, because Koa has been quiet as a mouse. 3 frags in 10 rounds. Of course, let's not forget, you can see up top the scoreboard there. 9 rounds is that magic number to bring victory home. Oh, every time I am going to... Right, we're going to stick on Deku. Every start of the round, we're going to have to go with Deku, because I'm pretty sure like 70% of the start, we have seen Deku get that opening frag. Not too bad exchange. It's going to favor the ETs. Oh, I'm going to call them Ts and CTs. Damn it. I've been casting a whole lot of CS recently, guys. You'll have to forgive me. Going for that plant, and it's all onto Engine shot. As the Engine has yet to be in a clutch scenario. This is a new territory for him in this game, and I think he's going to do a good job already putting some damage, laying some damage down onto towards D-Man, but it's all about playing that clock, and D-Man knows just how to do it as he does go down for his side. 6 now on the board for senpai. 3 rounds away from that magic number. Victory in map 1 of this best of 3. We're going to be able to see a real kind of interesting side to the story for these 2 teams. You know, not forgetting that the recent Go For Skill Cup, we did see senpai bested, going 2nd place against Pento, who will be playing straight after this one against Anixia. So it'll be fun to see what form both of these teams are in after that recent result. D-Man, though, every single time a new player has to step up. Holding as steady as he can. He missed every single bullet he threw out towards Storm, and they know exactly where he is. He realizes with 14 points of health, it's most definitely over. Well, it certainly should be. Just playing with their food, it seems, at this point. Cool, calm, collected D-Man. Being hunted down. Who is the first to go on the hunt? I say that. It's just going to be Storm. I thought there were more coming to him. They're just going to leave Storm to it as he toys with D-Man, giving him that little bit of extra delay before his imminent doom. Checking the corners. Will he check his far right? Doesn't need to. Grenthal's there to pick up the pieces and stack them together once again. 6-6 then the score, as this is going all the way, it seems. And that's actually more of a statement about how well Inflame are playing. Relatively new to the scene, new lineup. I said before, they have kind of pinched players from various lineups. Redmerk, one of the ones from Upside Down. That what was a very strong Swedish side when I previously casted this. Where on earth? I said I'd do it, didn't I? I've missed out on Deku. Oh, and he's got another opener. I am a bad, bad man, as we do miss out on that exchange. Right. I promise. Next time, the open frag king will be the spectated at the start. I'm thinking about too many things at this point. But I mean, impossible task now, potentially, for Engine. And Koa answers my question. 7-6 the score. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before I forget, let me find him. Let's see what he's doing oh so right. Deku going straight on towards the side. I feel like it's been rinse and repeat for him, but he's got two players going heavy, aggressive. Chivo and D-Man already charging towards the side. And it's actually going to be Juve to draw blood this time as they just charge in. Wow, Juve with a double, Juve with a triple. For the one time I do watch Deku, and he does absolutely nothing. Tetrix, though, is going to be the last man standing. Bomb goes down, and good God, every single time these guys get a successful push, one man, maybe two, it's just left in a dangerous, dangerous territory. With very little hope of bringing this one up. I mean, he has full health, and that's a start. As is the frag onto Deku. Famas v Scope, and he does prevail. He's coming in. Oh, he could have done something to Koa. Headshot, though, is going to answer his prayers. We are now going to be seeing 8 on the board. Just one away now from Senpai, picking up map 1. And, of course, that will be going into Workshop for our second game. So we'll see how this one shapes up, how this one fares. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to go with Deku. No, he gets an opener. This is just ridiculous. Oh, okay. We do manage to catch his second as the frags keep coming in, raining in. And it looks very simply like Senpai know how to attack a whole lot better than the side of Inflame, as we are going to be seeing this one wrapped up, I assume. Looking at his health, look at that. Engine brought down to just a scrap of health, and Koa Bear does ensure it. And he's just climbed that scoreboard from, what was it, 2 frags to 6 in 2 rounds. And that does conclude map 1 with Rocket going the way of Team Senpai. So, what can we draw from that one? First of all, I need to be speccing Deku more. That is the first thing we can draw from that, because I am rubbish at observing skill, Leon. So now for Workshop, this one plays out very, very differently without that kind of... There's a distinct lack of kind of levels as much as you did see before. But let's jump on in and see how this one is going to work out. Starting off, though, with the knife round. So we'll see who's going to be able to have that primary choice of sides. And it's just going to be a whole lot of cutting. The headshot pops up. He must have just jabbed the knife straight on into his head. And that does mean that the Senpai boys will have a choice. Which is going to be on Workshop. So let's jump on into the action and see if we can catch the opening pick. You guessed who I'm going to go with. I've been tooting his horn all night. And let's see how this one's going to shape up. Lots of nades early on from Deku. He's expecting that, anticipating that early push, and nothing's going to be given to him just yet. D-Man in the meantime is going to open up with 1. Quickly, oh sorry, I tell you that. He actually heavy exchange doesn't actually favor him. And look at Engine diving down from the staircase. Picks up double. But for the third, the answer is no, as Chivo is going to trade that one out. Now all onto Koa. 4 to find. He's going slow. He's got his golden Famas, and he's looking to do it true style. You're going to see them pushing out, and they do manage to pick that one up. Easy peasy. Tetrix, the man behind the magic. And so, first round on the board for Inflame. This is very similar to how the first one started for them. In game 1, we can, of course, remind ourselves just how that one shaped out. This is a big one, though. Look at this push. 4 members of the... we'll make it 3 as Engine does draw out to Deku. That's the AWP now down. Called it an AWP again. Damn me. D-Man and Juve, though, on the push, as they're going to be looking to draw someone out. Grenthal gets the frag, and look at these frags just keep raining in. Koa and Chivo, the last 2 standing, and it just seems to me that it's going to be a little too quick on the trigger. Engine, prime example of that there, as he does put it into Koa. And now Chivo. What's your plan here? 3 to find. He's used his nade. He's invested it towards the site. Nothing going to connect, though. The enemies are going to smoke him out and try and force him either into the site or away. He opts for the latter. As Engine goes, oh, he's on a rampage. 6 frags, 2 rounds. 6 frags, 2 rounds in. Let's see if he can continue to go down that path. We're actually going to kick off with Engine and see what he's doing so right in this game. The early nade, that's for sure. He did catch out Deku prior. Oh, he's fluffed up his second, though. Flash to make it up for it, potentially. There it is, pushing off towards that flash. Nothing going to happen because Red Merc has done all the work for him. Excuse me. Now, where on earth is Juve? Juve's a goner, and that was a swift third round. I mean, I blink and I miss it, and 3 rounds on the board for Inflame on this defensive side. And they are hungry to take this into a third map. But all is not done yet. Juve, let's not forget his entry fragging potential that he had just at 1 map ago. See if he can do something similar into this opener. Workshop doesn't have the most ideal angles for Deku with the sniper. Or at least not just yet. Especially when Engine's been such a presence on this left-hand side. There is a man just considering the peak. Just around the corner. You can see just how close he is. As Deku needs to check his corners. He's going to do it just yet. No, looks like his teammate's going to do it for him. Joof was the one to pick up the frags. He knows there's one more to find. He's going to be hungry for it as he's looking for something. D-Man has done a lot of the work for them. Redmug and Grenthal remain. Let's have a little look what's going on in their side of things. 1, 2, 3. It's a scary presence, and he's going to get one onto Chivo. 2 more to find, though. Redmug opting for a fresh magazine as Grenthal only picked up 1 kill so far in this game. Stark contrast to Engine. So bomb goes down. Time now of the essence. 3 to find, 1 man with a mission. Looking to quadruple his score. Wow, that's a start. Wallbang onto Joof. Not going to have the second as that does get shattered and burned by Deku with his sniper. So first on the board now for Senpai, and this is where everything went wrong for them prior. Inflame started equally as strong on Rocket, but Senpai, maybe just a bit of experience prevailed. Of course, Inflame, the much newer team in this scenario. Engine timing is Nate. That should be landing onto the brain of one player. There is one over there. Who is that? Deku on the hunt. Chiva was the one to take down Engine in the meantime. Oh, Deku for the once in his life does actually miss the shot. Elsewhere though, D-Man going for the openers, and it's so integral to be able to pick stuff like this up. His teammate going on the left, he's going to opt for the right, they're going to go for the flank, and he's got all of the plan in front of him as he takes another, and now all onto Grenthal once again, and this is another pretty impossible situation for the defensive man. 2 for 2 so far in this game, and I mean, what, 40 seconds to find 4? 10 seconds of kill. Throwing a defuse, it gets even more difficult. D-Man though, did get punished, and that's nice from him as he just lay down the fire onto Koho. It looked like he took him a whole lot more than he did though. And Joof just does what Joof does best. 5 so far in this game alongside Chivo.
Target located. Destroy the object.
Let's jump on board early with Tetrix, who's going to be pushing on around this left-hand side. It's going to be... Actually, Deku usually pre-aims this, or at least pre-flashes it. He's done just that, as there's going to be the responsive nade from him. Tetrix is going to be holding that angle. How many people are around there? I think he's going to be able to find a few. It's going to be Koa's first to try and draw blood, and Redmug is there to back him up. Not going to get the second, as now we are going to be seeing a 4v4 emerge from the opening presence from Tetrix. Grenthal does get brought low, courtesy of a nade. But talking of nades, Engine, whoo, throws out one, lands in the pockets of both Joof and D-Man. Must have just rebounded between them as they were holding hands towards spawn. And now Deku, once again, in a seriously dire situation. You can see how passive they're playing it as well. They don't see the need to apply too much pressure, and you can see why. Because Deku is just going to play that clock out. 1 man to find. That's going to be Storm, and he's just playing around that corner. Engine's the closest to him. You can see he's just holding that angle. It's just going to be a standoff. Let's go back to Deku because he is about to try and peek him. Oh, he saw the tip of Engine's cap, but it's not going to be enough. The quick scope is, though. Now, looking for the second. There is a man just around that corner. At least there was. Looks like he's gone for a bit of a walk. Holding inside instead. Plenty of time to work with. 45 and oof. Going to happen as they do just swarm on towards his position to bring number 4 now on the board in this best of 3. You are into map number 2 if you have just joined us, seeing Senpai pick that first map up, 9-6. To be crafting an offensive towards A, and they're going fast, thick, fast and furious. Whereas Chivo, he's going to be first on the scene, as is Koa. Koa, though, does get down by Engine, whose nades have been on point in this game. Chivo's not so much, almost nading himself there. As easy pick up for Deku. Not going to get the second, though, as it's going to be D-Man who picks up the slack. And this offensive hasn't worked out once again. Deku has managed to level the playing field to an extent, as he's picked up 2 in this round already. 2 more to find. It's going to be Redmuck and Tetrix, and you know, I wouldn't rule him out of this one. He is pre-aiming in all the right places. Just around the corner. I think he's got a good idea of where they both are. This could go horribly wrong for Inflame. Oh my god. He's got rid of the sniper. Tetris is going to peek. It's going to cost him a fraction of his health. Not enough really to encourage the plant, and Deku now, by making his whereabouts known, stops them second guessing themselves as much. But let's not forget just how much time he has to play with. He just has to chill, wait it out, start, you know, making the other side a little antsy, as they most definitely will be. Look at that, they're just holding that one peak. I know if I was Deku, I think, well, he's well aware of what's coming around that corner. With 60 seconds left, he is just going to play that waiting game. Exactly what you need to do, to his credit. "45 seconds now. Time starts to become more of an issue. That's Tetrix. You see, this is what Deku's waiting for. That antsy play, and it's going to cost him his life. Now suddenly, Deku's going for it. He's going to get it, and that, my friends, is true FPS 101. He waited so long, the team started to get a little antsy, started to get a little concerned. There was a potential for a rotate. Deku prevails, bringing that second round home. So, jumping in now to our 7th round. Sorry, excuse me, maths is hard. 8th round. We are going to be seeing Engine with his magical nade. See if he can land another one. Not today. It looks like they've gone back to the scrapbook to try and pull something else together strategic-wise. There's 2 people up there, actually. D-Man pre-aiming the right spots. Chivos, though, they want to draw blood, as is D-Mans. They're going to be cracking into that site. Redmuck wasn't anticipating such a presence, and that's going to be understandable as now bodies continue to drop. Engine brought low. Grenthel not too good either. 2v3, it's not impossible, especially as Grenthel's going to be landing a nade onto D-Man's noggin. Now Engine D needs to play this smart. He's using that sound of the stairs to try and bait something out of the enemy side, but Deku and Joof far too wise. Just on that staircase area. Backing away, though. And that's going to enable his teammate on the other side of the map. You know, Joof is a mile and a half away. He's going to be able to try and make something happen on this A site. Or is he? He could have potentially planted there, and he chose not to, and I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, he can hear footsteps. There is a man just outside. But even a fake would have been able to draw something out of them. Deku pre-aiming one side. There's good communications there, and Grenthel's going to be neutralized now. Joof doing swift work. There is just one more man to find. It is going to be now Engine with it all to do. I don't know whether or not Senpai are going to let them try and pull this one out. Bomb goes down. That's going to apply more pressure to him. He's just trying to go aggressive. We caught a glimpse of Joof's feet. Going to go all out aggression. Joof says no, and that's going to be number 3 now for Senpai.
Enemy located. Stop them from planting the bomb.
Engine, top of the scoreboard for his team. 10 frags for him. Everyone else, pretty level, let's be honest. I mean, like, if you look at the 2 scoreboards, bar the 10, everyone fragging equally. But that just shows skill isn't always necessarily about the frags. It's also about that team play. It's about getting the objective. So far, it's not gone too badly for the attacking side. This is really a bit of a difference from what we saw from Inflame's attacking side over on Rocket, potentially because it's maybe more of a new map. Remains to be seen. Still, traded out. Chivo onto Storm. Storm onto D-Man. We are going to be seeing even more aggression. This time, actually, it's going to be Deku chiming in with one. Such close quarter environment. He's still making the sniper work. Redmuck is going to be the last man standing, and he's going to be pretty close on the site. Close quarters going to make Deku even more of a chocolate teapot. Koa's there, though, to hold his hand. And we are going to be seeing another round now on the board for Senpai as they manage to level it out, win their first defensive side.
Enemy located. Stop them from planting the bomb.
Trying to line the nade up. Engine. Not been doing badly with them before. Again, though, this one's not going to connect. The second, maybe a bit different. D-Man in the meantime. is going to be trying to do something. Grenthal was the one to catch the nade out of all of that. See 3 players starting their offensive towards A. What have you got for us, Engine? Nothing, because you are miles away. Let's have a look at someone else. Red Merc is going to be trying his best to try and find an opener, and you can just see through the X-ray. It's not going to be an easy task. 1, 2, 3. All locked down on that A site. Let me show you their positions for you. D-Man outside. Deku trained in as well as s.k.i.l.l, who's just on the site itself. I certainly wouldn't fancy it. I don't know about you guys. Go back to the perspective of these aggressors. Bridmerk. Let's get spotted out by Chivo. In the meantime, Storm has made his way back towards that tire site. Oh my lord, his teammates are getting picked apart. Tetrix took one with him, and he's going to do exactly the same as he gets wiped out. And we are going to see, once again, another round on the board is what I'm definitely trying to say. 5-5 though, level playing field, but is it level? That's, you know, it's got to be said that already we are seeing the senpai side look at worryingly strong now on the defense. Workshop does have that kind of, not necessarily, I don't want to say easy to hold sites, but we are going to be seeing a little bit more close quarter environment, a lot more angles to hold than we did see on Rocket. A lot less predictability. Chivo going aggressive though. Sometimes the best defense can be, oh sorry, the best defense can be a good offense. Just going to dig myself into a hole here. Keep on digging. Chivo though, what's your plan? He's allowed to find, he's not going to connect the bullets enough though. Took Engine low, not low enough. And now, 4-4. What an awful position to be in. He's picked up 12 kills already in this game. More than a kill around, and we are going to be seeing D-Man though shut that dream down for this one. Once again, we hear that kind of standstill, quite quiet across the map. Chivo's now joined Juve. I felt like I'd seen his name an awful lot. Both hitting double figures. Red Merc rattles off some shots. Nothing going to connect though, but looks like his teammates may be there to pick up the slack, and it is going to be Storm who shows up. So, 3-3. Level playing field for how long? Look at D-Man. This is a great position to be in because the enemy team are going to be pretty unaware, and if he does choose to jump out the window, or at least get an angle on that window. Instead though, he's just going to be playing passive, and that's going to put a whole lot of pressure on Deku. Where is he? He's nowhere to be seen either. These guys are completely disregarding the potential for an A push. There's no one there. Once again, for you guys at home, D-Man. Deku, wow, what an angle. Red Merc expecting some sort of safety on that cross, but Deku has managed to position himself as such. Now, 29 seconds left, and it's all onto Storm and Grenthal to try and gather some ground, and the ground is going to be over towards this A site. Rotates come in from behind, though, and Koa just snatches a double, one to the brain of Storm, as that's going to put 6 now on the board, and Senpai edging closer and closer to picking this up in 2. This is looking a bit more fast-paced. Look at these guys trying to change it up, and it's going to go horribly wrong. Juve turns up, as does Koa, as there's going to be a bit of a slaughter, like lambs to the slaughter, the T side. Oh, I called them the T side. Sausage rolls, inflames on the offensive. Now, with 7-5, 2 away from the magic number. Are they going to try again? No, not so aggressive this time. Well aware of the potential nades that can be released from the senpai side. Juve in the meantime is going to be looking for even more frags. 13 for him, top of the scoreboard for his team technically, if you didn't take into account the 5 assists his buddy Chivo has managed to acquire. But with the bomb down and time ticking away, this could potentially be that round that they were so in need of. Deku prowling around with the sniper. He's still insisting on trying to be active with that peek. And they're just playing it so very perfectly, playing the angles, Engine onto Joof, all onto Deku's shoulders now as he realizes this is a lost hope.
Units have been eliminated.
7-6.
Enemy located. Stop them from planting the bomb.
Look at this aggressive play from D-Man. He's going straight on in. Try and catch someone out. This is actually exactly what we saw Red Merc trying to do against him, but he's got players alongside him. Joof's there as well. Let's actually go on board with Joof because he's the one who's going even further. I say that, he actually looks like he's just hit the standstill when he's realised that the T-side may have clocked onto him. There's Engine, he caught the brunt of those nades because he's been forced way, way back. Even said lol in chat just because he was really not ready for that early aggression. It's cost him a heavy price. D-Man is just by the truck. He should be able to hit the shots. What's happening there? Slight delay, but he does manage to connect. Deku in the meantime, not going to be able to find someone unless he peeks. Ooh, Grenthal. Lucky to be alive, it seems, as that bullet whistles past his ear. Three. Inflame members still standing and plenty of time for them to work with, and that's actually a big factor for them. They don't need to rush this. We saw, a prime example with Deku's clutch not too long ago. Just how effective time can be. It's such a strong factor. D-Man trading out with Red Merc. He got brought low, but not low enough, and Storm's going to be giving his teammates a bit of a tutorial alongside Grenthal, perhaps. Deku is going to be easily holding this site, it seems. Givo there to wrap it all up. And now just one away from securing potentially 2-0. We'll see. That will be provided very, very shortly. The real problem at the moment is going to be Tetrix at the bottom of that scoreboard. Just 5 frags for him. And let's actually just jump on board with him to see if the motivation being provided... Is he? He is definitely hanging fire at spawn. 2 of them, in fact. And that is a real, sorry sight. Because that gives you a great idea just how much pressure D-Man and Joof are exerting early. Look at D-Man's positioning. He's locking these guys out of spawn. That's like, what, 50% of the avenues into the site knocked, taken away. Where did they choose to push now? Yeah, they've kind of been forced to make this decision as they are going to be gathering resources over towards the A site. Storm fluffing his nade again. We're seeing an awful lot of fluff nade. That's for certain as they are going to commence the push. Storm first on the scene. Big damage done though to D-Man. He's not going to get him down though as the nade is there just to try and detonate it, delay the inevitable. But that's a perfect push and that's perfect fragging as well as Tetrix does exactly what he needed to. Not too shabby from Storm either. Where is Joof? Trying to do something on the outside area. But he's just quite literally caught between 2 sides. And that's going to be, you see the welcome back. Congratulations, you picked up a round. It's been an awful long time. And now 8-7, down to the wire, quite literally. Final round. D-Man has kind of been rinsing and repeating this push. That's the nade from Engine to try and catch him out, but he's not going to fall for those games. And who is that holding the angle? My bet is Engine. Let's have a look. It's going to be Engine and Tetrix. Ready and waiting for this aggressive play from D-Man. Checking the truck, and D-Man's there once again. Backing away, though. Tetrix, 7 frags so far in this game. Looking for another one as the nade is going to start raining, and it's going to make it very difficult for him. Red Muck does trade it out, though. So, 4-4. 2 minutes still going to be sticking away, and that just gives them so much flexibility. Just need to make sure that they're aware of it. It does feel like sometimes they do try and force pushes before they need to. Grenthal going on the offensive towards this B site. This feels like one of the first times we've seen a real true offensive towards the B site from Inflame. As the bomb's going to be going down in that back plant spot. And a little extra bit of cover. Let's see how this retake is going to take shape then from the what was once defensive, now offensive side. Deku and Koa. 2 remaining. Oh, spots one. That's a great shot. Connection onto Engine. Straight to the dome as now he's going to be looking for another one. But Koa Bear takes one with him. It was Red Merc onto Koa to shut that dream down. But now 1v1. And Grenthal's going to fall. Deku makes the switch to the FAMAS. And one man has secured the round for his team with the defuse. What a clutch, what a player, and what a performance there from Senpai as they pick up that best of 3 in 2. We didn't get to see Satellite